Thank you so much for joining. On this channel, we will be discussing and showing videos on a wide variety of topics and things that I hope you will find interesting, fascinating, informative, useful, engaging, inspiring, fun, and worth your time. Some of the topics will be cars, vehicle reviews and impressions, music compilations, phone reviews, at-home food preparation and cooking, handmade illustrations and graphs, body contouring and sculpting, hair removal, custom creations, how-to videos with designs and sketches with a walkthrough, compilation videos, and much more. As such, to easily navigate this channel, just click on the playlist tab, sit back, and enjoy. Thank you so much once again for watching, and please, if you may, consider commenting, liking, and subscribing. Hello, and thank you so much for tuning in. For a long time, it ran through my mind how many cars were made without a grille, considering the vast majority of cars nowadays brandish enormous gawking grilles, lending this to the complete change in vehicle design lately. The grilles on some cars are truly unsightly and borderline horrific, polarizing, and disproportional to the rest of the car. Some grilles can make or break a car or the entire car brand. The vehicles you will see here will all be, in some form or another, something quite different than we have all become used to seeing. You see, there was a time in our recent automotive history that cars did not need and did not have unnecessarily huge grilles. They did not need a grille to be a defining factor and did not need a grille to be a pronounced, in-your-face statement that forces you to acknowledge their presence. This tribute video will be part one of a two-part series of videos, since so many of the cars on this list will overlap with part 2 of this video series. It will be an interesting ride, so please join me and see what the past has given us over the years. This will be a quick video showing cars that have graced the automotive arena in a way that others haven't, and also how drastically cars have strayed from their own formula. A little history and a side note. The front grille on a car, and in most cases, the front air dam is where air enters the engine compartment cooling systems and is what car companies use to distinguish themselves apart from others. Think of it as the nose on a person's face. It brings in air and oxygen. It defines the facial feature and helps distinguish a person as well, just based on their nose shape. So the grille is best referenced to the human nose. To some, it may be weird relating anthropomorphic words to a bunch of steel and plastic, and to others, connecting pareidolia commentary to cars is weird. But for this video, the headlights are thought of as eyes, the grille is the nose, and the air inlet is the mouth. In these images, one can see if the nose is prominent, protruding, big, wide, narrow, beautifully up-tipped, and small. In the United States, we have had several examples of cars that fall into the grille-less category. And all these cars looked normal, looked appropriate, functioned as desired, and performed equally just like other cars in their category. And when I came to research and find a comprehensive list of cars, there was none, so I decided to make one, as some lists included just 5 to 10 cars. Nevertheless, within 10 or so years from now, the entire automotive industry and automotive field will be drastically different than what it is today, since the inevitable transition to electric will undoubtedly change the designs used to shape the front ends of today's gasoline-powered cars. As such, I wanted to reminisce on what we had in the past. A rather complete guide to all the cars that we had available that were created and styled without a grille that also didn't overheat. No slits, no grates, no openings, no inserts. A short and authentic trip down memory lane that shows, explains, and discusses many of the cars that most people have forgotten about or perhaps overlooked since their faces were made without a nose. Here are some impressive designs and some passive cooling magic in no particular order. Please note, there is no specific order and no specific hierarchy, just a bunch of uniquely styled cars that have models which fall into multiple years. All years written are used as a reference point and purposely not arranged in ABC order. No grille needed. Cars without an open, gaping, hideous, in-your-face grille. The 1993 Ford Mustang GT. Brawny, burly, and beefy. The 1995 Mazda RX-7. Seductive, sinister, and swoopy. The 1996 Lexus SC 400. Luxurious, lavish, and lively. The 1992 Ford Crown Victoria. Large, lofty, and leisurely. The 1993 Ford Escort. Laid back, languid, and lethargic. The 1993 Pontiac Grand Prix. Sporty, stale, and scrawny. The 1982 Chevy Corvette. muscular, manly, and motivational. The 1987 Chevy Corvette. Svelte, seductive, and strong. The 1997 Chevy Corvette. Bold, brash, and brutish. The 1988 Ford Thunderbird Turbo Coupe. Alluring, analog, and admirable. The 1988 Mercury Sable. Essentially a Ford Taurus. Mature, malperforming, and mellow. The 1994 Geo Metro. Mediocre, melodramatic, and malaise. The 1991 Geostorm. Flashy, flaccid, and frumpy. The 1993 Chevy Lumina Coupe. Flabby, finicky, and fussy. The 1995 Oldsmobile Aurora. Futuristic, functional, and fascinating. The 1995 Chevy Camaro. Fast, fun, and forgiving. The 1995 Honda Civic. Rewarding, race runner, and receptive. The 1994 Mazda MX-6. Convincing, compensating, and cordial. The 1991 Volkswagen Passat. Utilitarian, uniformed, and unique. The 1991 Dodge Daytona. Forgettable, failure, and forgotten. The 1988 Mitsubishi Starion. Bold, boxy, and bodacious. The 1991 Toyota Supra. Entertaining, exciting, and enjoyable. The 1989 Pontiac Firebird. Rambunctious, reserved, and remembered. The 1995 Pontiac Trans Am. Amazing, amusing, and arousing. The 1991 Honda Prelude SI. Capable, cohesive, and cool. The 1991 Chevy Cavalier Coupe. Junk, jaded, and jittery. The 1998 Ford Escort ZX2. Pretentious, proud, and paltry. The 1994 Mercury Topaz, essentially a Ford Tempo. Unjustly, unliked, and unwanted. The 1988 Merkur XR 4Ti. Innocent, interesting, and inept. The 1998 Volkswagen New Beetle. Cheesy, cheeky, and check please. The 1991 Mitsubishi Eclipse. Happy, hopeful, and heroic. The 1987 Chrysler Conquest TSI. Essentially a Mitsubishi Starion. Handsome, husky, and a hotshot. The 1991 Eagle Talon TSI. All-wheel drive. Essentially a Mitsubishi Eclipse. Humble, hostile, and hypnotic. The 1991 Isuzu Stylus. Rubbish, random, and rare. The 1991 Infiniti Q45. Calm, collected, and contemporary. The 1986 Ford Taurus. Memorable, marketable, and meager. The 1993 Ford Taurus. Modern, meaningful, and mundane. The 1996 Ford Probe. Stylish, spiffy, and swanky. The 1994 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Soulless, sassy, and simple. The 2004 Oldsmobile Alero. Insignificant, imbalanced, and indolent. And there you have it. These are about 40 or so cars that were sold in the US that were made with conventional styling that did not force the individual to see a huge grille or a huge badge to be reminded what the car is. So many modern cars nowadays have so many horribly proportioned parts and panels in the front that it takes away the uniformity of the entire vehicle. To my viewers, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I hope the time you spent watching this video was useful, helpful, informative, worth your time, and beneficial in every way. I would absolutely love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments section and which car or cars viewed are your personal favorite. Or, if there's some cars that didn't make it to this list, please show the rest of us. And if there is anything I can do to make these videos better, more engaging, more informative, or interesting, please feel free to let me know. I would really appreciate it. Please help this channel grow by liking, subscribing, and sending it to someone that you know will enjoy it as well. As always, I sincerely thank you in advance for your support. Thank you once again.